Alright, hello everybody. It's been a while since I made a video. A lot has happened. I've been working a lot, so that's the main reason. But I have a lot of video ideas right now that I want to get started on, so what better one to do than one that I've been planning to do for like 6 months, which is talk about these awesome new sketchbooks I got, and I want to tell everybody about them. But before I do that, it's been a while, so if you're not familiar, my name is Kylie, and I'm a scientific illustrator by trade, but I also do a lot of other kinds of illustration work, like pop culture, D&D characters, whatever. I like to do a lot of different things other than just science illustration. But yeah, and as a science illustrator, I like having a good travel journal to have to make notes. I like going to the zoo or gardens and doing quick doodles and gesture sketches. So having a good sketchbook, a good versatile sketchbook is really important for me. And this kind of thing applies to a lot of different kinds of artists as well. You've got animators like doing quick gesture sketches of people. You got graphic designers who maybe come up with ideas while they're, out. And, having a good sketchbook, a good travel sketchbook is a really good tool to have. And I try to never leave the house without my handy dandy Mossery sketchbook. So I got two different kinds. This is the hardcover, softcover. This one has the mixed media paper in it, and then this one has the watercolor paper in it. And I do like both of them, and I'm going to go into the pluses and minuses of each one. And yeah, but overall, they're a really great company. So I used to use these crescent render journals for my travel sketching needs. Obviously it has been used and abused, and I really do like these journals, but they don't lend themselves super well to watercolor. They are great journals, but we're not here to talk about those journals. We are here to talk about Mossery journals, which I really like, and I think they're a great company, and I have been keeping up with them, and they continue to do really cool, impressive things for not only artists, but for people who journal, and they particularly like to focus on journaling for mental health, which is awesome. Yeah, so let's get into the company itself is an independent company from Malaysia, and they just do really cool stuff, and I like what I see, and as far as like their company and their values and everything. So I see them as a good company to support financially. Yeah, so let's take a closer look at these journals, shall we? Okay, so here are the two different journals. I have the hard and soft covers. Right away, I pretty much realized that the hardcover is the way to go for me, because even though it is a little more expensive, it's totally worth it, because I throw these things around. I try to take them everywhere with me. I throw them in my bag while I'm running out the door. So the hardcover is definitely the type of durability that I want. But if you're just journaling at home, or you plan to actually like take really nice care of it while you travel, the softcover is just as fine. I did get it a little wet, so that's why you see some wrinkling here. But you'll know what you want. The soft cover is about $25, and then the hardcover is about $29, so it's not a huge price difference. I'm gonna talk about the watercolor paper first. I found this watercolor paper to be too rough for my personal uses. Just the texture is pretty fine. It's about in mid-range as far as cold versus warm press. I do believe it is cold press paper. Yes, it is heavy cold press paper, and it's great for washes. I did this really crappy wash while I was hiking, and even though it's not a great painting, you can see that, you know, it washes pretty nicely, and, you know, the paper did minimal wrinkling, which is nice. Yeah, so, and I was able to do this fairly detailed painting in it. You can see that some of the edges did run into the texture of the paper a bit, but not too badly. It's, I'm definitely going to just keep this one on my desk to do watercolor doodles in, but it's not going to be my main travel journal, definitely. Oh, and if you're wondering, this is Black Sea Foam in Korean, and this is Black Sea Foam in Norwegian. So, yeah, that's the watercolor paper. Overall, if you're a big watercolor wash, landscapey kind of painter, the watercolor paper is definitely really nice for that, but I'm more of a illustrator-y. I do smaller drawings and less paintings, so I'm going to stick with the mixed media paper, which is what I'll talk about next. I actually ordered this cover on the mixed media paper and this cover on the watercolor paper because I thought that I would like the watercolor paper more. But I was actually able to switch the covers just by like kind of ripping them out of the binding. And so that worked out pretty good. So if you're not sure what I want, you can just do what I did and get two. And if you want a different cover, then you can do that, what I did. Yeah, so I'm going to show a side-by-side comparison of the two paintings that I did that were similar in here to get a good look at how the paper handled the same kinds of techniques here with watercolor. I'm trying to remember if I did this in watercolor gouache. Yeah, I did this in both of these in watercolor. So these are very similar paintings. I used more or less the same colors. And you can see that the watercolor paper, it's harder to get those crisp lines, as you can see on the dog's neck right here. I tried to make that line really crisp, but it did bleed into not bleed, but soak out a little bit. But here, the edges were really nice and crisp, and I liked how the color laid onto this paper. I also tried a small detailed ink illustration with a brush pen, and I was much happier with the feel of the ink on the mixed media paper versus the watercolor paper. Yeah, so the mixed media paper, really nice. I really like it. It takes watercolor very well. You can see I did a pretty, good wet wash with the background on this one. It took it fine. The paper does very minimal wrinkling, and even if it does, it's in a book, so it will naturally just flatten itself out. But a lot of these illustrations are with watercolor wash. And I've been having a great time with it. Over the summer, I worked at a fishing dock, and I'd have to wait for the boats to come in, so I did a lot of doodling. I'd say almost this whole journal is just doodling while I was waiting for boats to come in. Yeah, it's obvious that I've drawn into this one much more than this one. I mean, I think I've done like 3 real drawings in here. Yeah, and I'm able to, even with, thick ink, it's not going through the paper. I completely blacked this top of the page out. It doesn't bleed to the other side. It's nice, thick paper. It's about, I'm not sure of the exact thickness, but it's good enough. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Another cool little thing they have is these front pages, which you can use for journaling, or this one says put your favorite things here, so I've been slowly filling it up with little stickers and things. They have a thing for values and beliefs, which I've slowly been filling up. I hope this helps you make a good, educated decision about what to buy, because they are a bit pricey, but I say it's very worth it. You know, and I took a little bit of a risk getting them online and everything, but overall, they're awesome journals, and I highly recommend this company, and yeah, they're great. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this helps you make an educated decision about purchasing your next favorite sketchbook. I hope you like this video. I'm hoping to make more soon. We'll see. Con season's over, so I have a little more free time to work on these kinds of things. Make sure to follow me on things. I'm probably most active on Instagram. Keep up with, I have a bunch of projects going on. I have commissions to pump out, so I'm going to be a very busy bee over there. So, yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you just following or supporting or leaving a comment. Well, Chell wanted to get down. It all means a whole lot. So thank you very much, and have a great day, and stay creative and keep drawing. Even if you don't think you're good at it, you just keep trying at it, and you will definitely make something that you're proud of very soon, I promise. So have a good one. Bye.